All right, checking the chickens. What's up, guys? What's up, Nurgle Matthew? How you doing? I think we're ready. Ready for more. More Estenna of Brighthall. Tons and tons of yellow. What's up, everyone? My name is Brent. Welcome to Wiki Minis. How's everyone doing on this Sunday? I have a slight shorter Sunday than usual. I'm going to do like a 3-hour session on this one and then be on my way. Okay, so I think where I was stopped was working on this part of the arm here. All right, we're gonna start laying down our colors again because they're all dried up now. First one is we're gonna use a little gobby brown. Second color is Mardock yellow. Neuro, what's up? Oh, I never popped the top off this one. Laying out paint, painting some miniatures here. Third one, doing some Lilith yellow. Don't use a whole lot of that. And then we do tons of the White Sands white. Okay, now we got all our paint laid out. Now we just gotta do our mixtures. Thank you, appreciate the follow. It's there on YouTube. Dragoon coming in. What's up? How you doing? Afternoon. Sarah Elizabeth. Hey, how's it going? Dinner for later. Saturday, some man, and then I'll be on in a bit. Absolutely. All right. Everybody blasting me now. I think what I gotta do here. I gotta mix my midtones all together. Let's see, I gotta get gobby brown and then a darker yellow mix. That's normally gonna be my shadow I start with. Just clean off. Now I need a dark midtone. It's the same mix of the brown and the yellow, but more so of yellow than brown. Ah, chicken Alfredo tonight. That sounds good. That sounds good. Now I need a bright mid-tone. I'm gonna take that same yellow, take that bright yellow that we just did. Probably a touch of white too while we're at it. God. I think that looks about right. Something of that sorts. And of course, we just need white pulled off on its own, so that can get watered down into a glaze. We got to sit here and start glazing our way up into making all my rough sketches that I did here. We're gonna make them into those. We can probably zoom in a little bit more. There you go. Now I gotta just try to keep myself on the camera here. So big goal is that I was just sketching these things out on the Under Armour, so it looks kind of tacky and not flowing right. Okay. So what we're gonna do, add water to those mixtures that I just mixed, so we can get to something called a glaze coat, where it's just a lot of water and you're pulling out a ton of the moisture on a paper towel. And all you're trying to do is just keeping pigments in medium to a lighter sense, because we need to fuzz the colors in. It takes a lot of layers for that to happen. Billions of layers, I tell ya. Billions. Now, if you're doing oil paints, you could probably do it really fast because you're forever blending with oils. But acrylics, you only got like this little short window of it being wet and then it dries. Add water to this next one. And all I'm trying to do is just in there fuzzing the lines out, those aggressive hard lines that we have from the paint layer. I'm just trying to fuzz those out so it looks like we have a consistent flow. Now we got to give it a minute to dry. Start all over again. This one here, I'm going to try to cover up a little bit more than usual of that white. I don't believe it should be that dark. Or that bright, I guess I should say. Going into the darker mid-tone. Then we're gonna go into the dark tone here. And that's just pretty much that gobby brown that we were using for our shadows. Hey, what's up, Painty Paint Paints? How you doing? Oi, oi, oi. We had that non-metallic metal grind, that's right. It's not too bad. She doesn't have as much armor as like your normal Stormcast Eternal. I mean, she does have quite a bit, but it's not that bad. Okay. Reversing. Dark midtone. Way better. Looks way better. Trying to fuzz this thing out. Okay. Now we need to go into that super bright white. Well, the brightest that we're using right now. Now we gotta sit there and shine the nuts. We can do a little edge highlight too. Okay. Irrelevant. Has nothing to do with art. Okay, let's sit there and Roo-doo-doo. Trying to blend these out. Always doesn't want to give me that. Boom, boom. Hey, what's up, Darth Rosie? How you doing? Oh, wrong color. Dang it. Trying to get my sessions in. Make this work. No. Like just way too much. That brown back here. I'm trying to brighten this part up, but it just doesn't want to. Posing difficulties here. Honestly, I think we probably need to put a little bit of a little white line there. A little white line right there. Oh, sorry. There we go. And let me fix that problem. Okay. Now, hey, what's up, Nifty? How you doing? Close. Almost finished watching all of Stranger Things. It's kind of funny watching it now because they're all like grown adults. Now let's go and hit a little bit of black and do some deep shadows. Go. Now we can define each piece of armor. Shine the nuts. Kind of put these little rivet things in kind of a awkward spot. Space Nifty coming in with that stuff, 59 months, playa. Almost there. Almost there. It's been a long time, that's for sure. It has been. Perfect. Now, the next hard one will be on this back side here. Her back's really hard to see, but we still got to make it relatively. We got to sketch in. We got to do our sketches. Doesn't necessarily have to be as bright of a gold. But we still got to make it somewhat of a gold nonetheless. And I know for sure that this bottom piece here is just going to be black. We're going to do that. All right, now everything else, this is going to be just glazing that up just to give it a form of there was gold there, of that armor. And then we can start working on the legs, which I feel like maybe the legs will come by a little bit quicker, but we'll see how that goes. I have to get that under part there. I still believe that that's a fabric piece right there. It looks like one, so we're just gonna have to go with it because it's not making sense. It's almost like this part here should be some form of a fabric. Right there. All through here. And then those are the only two pieces that are actually like part of the armor there. And it would make sense because she is lifting, you know, she is this way, so it's kind of pulling the armor up. So it's like a soft spot in the armor there. Because down here, it's like crunched into the side of the belt, but this side is lifted up, so it has to be, because the two buckling parts of the front and back armor connect right here. It's got to. Doesn't make sense otherwise, because I'm like, then it just goes into nothing, into the fabric that's supposed to be underneath your armor. That's better. Now we got to go back into the dark mid-tone. I'm trying to blend these out, guys. It's not going to take a whole lot since it's just underneath here. Going into that dark. That fades pretty good. It's nice when I got like big areas to work with. It seems like it kind of fades a little easier. When I get smaller ones, it's hard to kind of fuzz them together a bit. This thing's missing a little bit of something here. I don't think there's any point to that. We need to go into the black. actually went by like super quick. Just because I needed it to be slightly darker because of the shade of being underneath the cloak. And then that can change too, because we might cause little reflections if we make the cape like red or green or whatever we decide down the road. All right. Now, let's start working on the legs. I feel like this forearm is not right either. Let's do some adjustments here. It definitely looks better. I like it. Let's give that a minute. Okay, now let's start working on these cool little pieces here. Probably some of my favorite pieces, these big old fat flat pieces right here. Oh, hip shield pieces. All right, so we're gonna start with sketches first. So I'm gonna sketch it all in, kind of like a hard sketch. Like that. We're gonna go with the bright mid-tone. Like that. And you're back, huh? All right. Well, welcome back. Right, something like that. And of course, we go into the dark shader in the back end here. Like that. So now you got kind of like the hard sketch, so you can see like the hard line. So I got the hard line of white, the hard line of bright yellow, that what I call like a light mid-tone. So you got a light mid-tone, you got your bright spot here, you got your light mid-tone, you got your dark mid-tone, and then you got your dark shader that you got. This one is the, what's her name? Estenna, the Estenna of Brighthall. She's one of those commemorative miniatures. I don't know if she was one of the store anniversary miniatures, but I'm pretty sure that's what that one was. I think she was a store miniature one, like store anniversary one. Ready to crank up the Mountain Dew juice. Door gunners on the battle wagon, and then it is done. Oh, nice. You've been making great progress on that battle wagon. All right. We gave this thing enough time to dry. Now we're going to go into glazings. I'm going to start out with glazing white. Back over exactly what we just did. Then it's slightly wet, so we're going to go to the next, the bright mid-tone. And then we're just gonna keep on doing our layers, go into the next mid-tone, the dark mid-tone. Okay. Now we're going to go into the base dark color that we have. Like that. And then we got to give it a time to dry, rinse, repeat. And then it'll eventually smooth out looking like that. Nocturnix, thank you, appreciate the follow. Yeah, it's gonna be exciting getting all the non-metallic metal stuff done. Then we can do all the other like funner stuff, more fun stuff. You know, like cloaks and stuff. Like I like fabrics more than anything else. I like them more. Working on the hot garbage phase. Hot garbage. Bright mid-tone. It's getting there. Billion layers. A billion little super thin layers. Looks different because of my big old pasty white hands. It's weird when I get my hands involved, everything drops, the camera picks up lower light, and then when I remove it, you can see the bright light. Because once I start blasting you with my bright pasty white freaking hands. So I want to do this one, and then I want to do this one. And then Tuesday we'll probably be down to legs because I'm only doing like a 3-hour stream today. Technically. Just leaning forward like that. Oh, we'll work on that when we get that far. Oh, no, it's not ready yet. Shoot, maybe we should start picking on another area here. Oh, R2-D2 screams there. Trying to get this thing. Getting some more on that Gorkanut. Closer and closer, step by step. Pretty soon you're gonna have that thing all done. It's gonna be an awesome piece. Awesome piece. I was sitting there yesterday. Yesterday I was like slowly working on those flayed ones. And they're actually, out of all the infantry units, that's probably the most difficult out of the Necrons because of all this, the slabs of meat that's all over them. The slabs of skin all over them and stuff like that. It was posing a little bit of difficulties. I got like the first layer flesh tones on them. Trying to work up my flesh tone colors, but yeah, the flayed ones are gonna, maybe after I'm done today, and then all tomorrow I'll be working on the flayed ones to try to get those done. After the flayed ones are done, that's it for all the small infantry units that I have. Everything else is going up into more of the elite units. So it's like tomb blades, like groups of 3s, tomb blades, Scorpec destroyers, the I don't remember what the other ones are called. There's ones that look like scorpions, and then there's ones that look like a snake with a half body of Necrons on top. I forget what the heck they're called. And then, don't have any other units of stuff. And then the canoptic, or the cryptic, no. They're like a 2 unit group. I can't remember what the heck they're called now. But yeah, I got like 4 of those guys. But they come in like groups of 2. So getting all these things up. Maybe those will be the only infantry units. I'll probably do those after I'm done with the flayed ones. My goal is to finish up, like after I finish up all of those other ones, those elite units, all I have is just like HQ units left to do in this box. But there's still a lot of them. Like I got like 2 like Lord destroyers, and we got the Chrome Dragon or whatever the heck you call them. Got a bunch of like Royal Wardens. I got like 2 or 3 Royal Wardens we got to paint, and I got a Technomancer. I got like all like a bunch of individual HQ units in there, and then that's it. Done with like all Necrons. Like actually, I can say like all units are gone, and then maybe just to finish out like all units to be gone out of my inventory is to finish up those other Death Guard units, and then we'll just sit and just hammer out a bunch of Death Guard. It's not a bunch. It's like there's like 9 models there of infantry units, so get rid of those and then I can get those gone, and then the Necrons, and I can say like Necrons and Death Guard are completely out of my inventory. Like I have no inventory of either one except for Mortarion. But those are Primarchs. Those are different. Those are different. Those are different. I gotta keep all my Primarchs. So it'll be nice. So getting those 2 out. Then next will probably be, I think I might work on the Dark Angels and get all the Dark Angel stuff done. Like I gotta get all those like Black Knights on the bikes. or whatever. Get all those dudes all done, put them on eBay. Get rid of the Raven Wing stuff. So a lot of the Raven Wing bikes and stuff that I have, and then like the Raven Wing like Talon planes, get rid of those. Paint them all up, get all that dark green and bright green highlights, like edge highlights, all bright green. I think that'd be really neat, getting them all done. And then I'm like up in the air, like do I just blast out all the custodies that I got? It's not very many, like I think I only got like maybe 40 custodies to do. And just sit there and just hammer out, just burning through all my golds and stuff, just trying to get all the custodies done. And then get into doing the AdMax, because I believe that the AdMax will take me quite a bit of time to get them painted. They're always sought after, so I can always hold off on the AdMax, but try to get those other 2 sets done. And then those are all pretty much the least of my inventory that I don't care to have. Get rid of the custodies, get rid of all the Necrons, Death Guard, and then we'll start working on the AdMax. And then after I'm done with the AdMax, then I'm not sure what to do. Like honestly, I don't know. Pretty much it'll be getting into maybe back into orcs, because I got still like 1 billion orcs. I don't know why I have so many stinking orcs. They just keep accumulating. And then now with the Combat Patrol magazines, I'm like getting even more orcs. I'm like, oh, I don't want any more. More Death Dreads, more Killicans, more Death Copters, more, well, at least they're new school boys instead of all the old school boys. At least I got rid of all those. I feel like that wasn't a glaze layer. Okay, that feels more like a glaze layer. Trying to fuzz this line out between these two. It's been a fight between these 2 lines here. That looks good. I'm gonna leave it. Looks good. I'm leaving it. See what happens when it dries. There we go. It's funny how it looked like that just a few minutes ago, and then now it's looking like that with 1 billion layers. Billion layers. And you gotta make sure you give it enough time to dry, because it might look like it's dry and then but it's still like moist, and then you hit it with some moisture and all of a sudden you tear it, and then and then you gotta kind of almost go all the way back to the beginning on it, all over, like start from scratch. Such a pain. But not half bad, not half bad, not half bad. It's just that fighting with that line. You can see that line right down that center right here. Like if I didn't have the line, it looked great, right? And then you take it away, and then it's messing with your eyes. You're like, what's going on here? It doesn't look right. You had to fuzz it. Going back to that bright white. Back to that bright mid-tone. Oh, getting close. Getting close, I can see it. It's funny because you'll just sit there and you'll start hitting it, and then all of a sudden that line just starts fading out, and you're just like, there we go. Line. That's it. That was that final billion layer that you need to put in there. All right, I'm gonna let that dry for a minute, and then we're gonna go. I wonder if I should work on the. I think we should just go all the way straight down the leg while we're at it. While we're at it. Okay. This thing has two. Ooh, we got a mess here. Okay. We got a slight problem because I think I cut this line not proper on here. See, I made them horizontal. They need to be vertical. So fixing that problem, we're gonna have to go straight with just Gobby brown and cover it with brown and then restart our lines again. I kind of didn't put those in the proper way. See, this one's correct with the line, but they're opposite directions here. So we're gonna have to start over again. Sorry, didn't mean to be off camera, but we need to brown that whole leg up. Well, that sucks. Okay, how's the fuzzing on this? It's looking pretty good. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do it all over again. Start with the white. Right in there. I'm trying to keep it nice and still wet with it not drying too fast. Okay. Still keeping it wet, going to the dark mid-tone. That faded really nicely. Perfect. Okay. Now, it's weird because of her armor piece here. It has a curvature in it. It'd be one thing if it was a solid piece, but they put a two-part plate here. Okay. So let's take the white and start sketching out. It's technically the bright spot be right here. this other color, dark mid-tone. What's up, Ginger Beef? Yeah, they're not turning out half bad, right? Not turning out half bad. Under the white, gotta shine the nuts. Yeah, just taking a billion layers of yellows here to get the golds to come out. Started slowing my pace just a touch. Just slowing the pace. Taking them by section. So if I just sit there and just focus on each section properly, I can get the reflections to come off proper on her. And then now we're sitting there trying to bust out this leg. And then we're kind of using a different kind of recipe for golds because I don't normally go like this bright with yellow. Most of the time I'm always with like an orange tone. And so it's making it like super, super bright yellow. It's different. I like it. But it definitely is different. So then I'm like, I'm gonna just do, yeah, I'm like, let's start working with just like bright yellows because most of the time my golds always turn out being like super dark, like the dark ends on these. It never really goes like super bright like these ones, like bright yellow. So I was like, we'll just shoot it and we'll see what happens. It's working to an extent. Funny how they look all ugly and tacky like this, and then all of a sudden after a billion layers, it starts coming out right. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I gotta go use the restroom real quick. Okay. What's up? Did you take the bath? Huh? Alright, maybe get something to eat too if you're hungry. I mean, you're already in the lunchtime, so whatever you're gonna want to eat.
I'm just like,
Peanut butter on bread or anything.
honestly, peanut butter on bread sounds good.
Okay. Now we're gonna go into fuzzing things. Start with the white glaze. Okay, now we're gonna go in the glaze of the bright mid-tone. Then we're gonna go into the dark mid-tone. Now we gotta give it a minute. I'm gonna go in here. We're gonna start glazing dark mid-tone off the backside here. Things somewhat work all right. We're gonna work on this piece here. And get that top half done. think so. Something of that sort. Now we're going to go opposite direction. I'm going to start working with the dark. Go to that dark mid-tone. Yeah, still gotta give it a minute. Okay, now I got that relatively sketched. We'll keep working on it more. I feel like I got this one backwards also. It happens. I thought that the sketch would be right, but it seems like I got things backwards here. That's good. Gotta fix them now. Hey, what's up, Stomp? How's it going? Appreciate that sub. On 33 months. I appreciate that. How are you doing? How are things? I get Stomp, yep. Stomp came back, graced us with his presence. Well, that's great. You're doing great. I'm happy for you. That's awesome. So besides being busy, how are things for you? What you been up to? It's my New Year break, and I wish I was home painting. I bet. I know. I got quite a bit of time on my hands because I had to get my hernia fixed. So I still got 3 more weeks of rest. So I got 3 more weeks of painting, which is nice in an aspect, but then it's just gonna be a pain in the butt to get back to work again. Like I already know. It's gonna be a nightmare getting back to work. But yeah, I'm healing, it's doing good. It's been 3 weeks to, well, no, it'll be my 4th week, starting my 4th week on Tuesday. But yeah. Now to start a brewery? All right, stomp. You're right up my alley right there. It's slow, but at least it's moving. There you go. Heck yeah, that's what I was gonna say too, Space Dude. Like, hell yeah. Stomp making a brewery, baby. Now, is it gonna just be a brewery brewing like, are you gonna be brewing beers? Whiskey, tequila? But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's really cool. Brewing booze. Just brewing beers? There you go. That's my favorite anyways. My favorites.
Walking down the street and you see a little ghost. What you gonna do about ghost
I haven't heard that one in a long time. What's up, Hecatone? How you doing? Well, hopefully we can get a little bit like darker beers down there. Start roasting some freaking, roasting some barley or something like that and start making some beers. Unless you're gonna do IPAs, then you're doing a bunch of hops. Just got out of bed? All right, it works. I say I'm done with your first coat of metal, but I'm probably lying. It happens all the time. You go through, you're like, oh shoot, I forgot another piece. Okay, doing stout. Oh, I like stouts, man. Stouts are good. IPA, I'm up and down by IPAs, but they're very popular though. And I think for like quick brewing, I think IPAs are probably the quickest to do. I just haven't been a big fan of the IPAs. Every time I do it, just sit there and just take all the moisture. And then also I live in a state where it's just full of sagebrush, and that's what IPAs always remind me of. It's just like chewing on sagebrush. So it's just personal preference, but a lot of people love IPAs. Like there's like just massive people drinking IPAs. I sit there, I'm like, see, like Dragoon, he's like, I love IPAs. Like, yeah, like there's a lot of people that love IPAs. I'm just one that, but you're doing stouts. You're doing, I like stouts. Like stouts are good. So yeah, but yeah, making like IPAs, it seems like a lot of people are making IPAs. There's got to be something about the brewing of it that you can probably do a quick turnaround on IPAs. And then like stouts and stuff are probably longer brews. I don't know, stouts could be probably fast brews too. And then you start getting like ales and all those, and I'm thinking that those are probably a little bit more aged to an extent. Got to prep for work. Gotcha. Understandable. Understandable. I always forget over in Australia, it's like already Monday over there. You guys are like a whole day ahead. They're most popular and known, so they're used as a hook product. Most of the time, yeah, make like a really good IPA. Like a jalapeno IPA. Like I remember there was this one, but I think it's like a shock top, which that's like a wheat beer, I think. But I had like this like strawberry jalapeno one. And of course you had to buy like the 6-pack of them because there's only like 2 in each 6-pack, which I'd rather just have like a whole case of them. But they were freaking awesome. But that was a wheat beer. But imagine having like one of those as an IPA. A spicy IPA. If I was short on bodies, give them a hand. Well, that's nice. That was really nice. I don't know why this one's being such a pain in the butt, but it is. Sometimes they like to be. Come on, so faded out. I did in fact lie. I think it. I always say I'm lying all the time, but it's not a lie. It's just easy to overlook on orcs because they got 1,000 pieces of scrap metal all over the place on those things. I couldn't tell you how many times I was painting orcs on stream and I'm like, I think I got, nope. Okay, now I think I'm done. Nope. I'm lying to you guys. That's just how it goes with orcs. That's just how it goes. Orcs are always going to forget something. Orcs and like Death Guard, I feel like both of those two are exactly the same. Like Death Guard, same thing. So many detailed little maggots, postules, this and that. Think I got them all. Nope, I'm lying. Nope, I'm lying. Always forgetting something, you know. It's like Death Guard and Orcs both have that. Like, you're just like, what in the heck, man? I think I like look over it 1,000 times, still missing something. I was like, golly. Telling you. Four others since I finished the skin on these. Yep. Easy. Super easy to do. Trying to get this thing to do its thing. It's refusing to do it. Does it there, but now we got to make it a little bit darker on the back side. All right, so how I want to do this. I think I don't want to go into a bright section here. Too much moisture, too much pooling. Trying to smooth that out a bit. Something like that. Still got to go in that dark mid-tone because it's still not showing up because of all that brown that we used. Again, too much moisture, it's pooling. Okay. Suck that up a little bit. Like I say, it's a billion layers. All these billions of layers. It doesn't necessarily have to be as bright as the front part here because I'm thinking that she's going to be going this direction, twisted upright. Something like that. Okay, I'm gonna go into that dark mid-tone again. close. That's close. We almost fuzzed that sucker out. Looks good. Okay. Now I got to sit here and start working on this thing. This thing's driving me nuts, so I'm going to go and try to sketch it in instead of... See if I can actually get this yellow to kind of peak itself a bit. That's a touch better. Because this works properly for the outside of this foot. Inside, this needs to go up brighter on the inside of the foot. This needs to go on the bright side right here. Working my way to dark. Then that's going to change all these slightly. Well, if I go bright to dark and then bright to dark, I think we'll be all right. We may. It may work. It is hard to get up into that bright yellow that I'm after. Most of the time, all my stuff is like super dark. Enough non-metallic metal to drive you nuts. Just doing like full out armies this way. Well, if I was doing full out armies, I would do them all in oils. If I had to do like a full army of non-metallic metal, I would just do them all in oils. Oil, oil, oil. Get this a little brighter. I'm just struggling a little bit with this. Pooling. Hey now. There we go. So re-emphasize the white a little bit. No. Music just stopped. What the heck? Just out of the blue. What the heck? Yes. What's wrong with you? Heck is wrong with you, music? You need some weight on the grabber claw? Yeah, because gluing it in place and then transporting it somewhere could possibly break that sucker off. I mean, you could do a heavy magnet and magnetize it on there so it just snaps in place. So then it's easier to take on and off. Is this? Oh, for the variants? Okay, okay. So you do have everything swappable on them. But it's just not heavy enough to keep it on there? The gear might not always be free. Gotcha. Yeah, because I don't know what's going to happen. We're getting closer and closer to a new edition now, so we only got a few more months before they start hammering us out about a new edition. And if it's true that they're going to be dropping orcs, then yeah, things could possibly change for new edition. Things might cost more. Like you said, things might not be free. Oh, this one's driving me bunkers. And it's probably because I didn't do this shading part here. Deep shade with black. Deep shading with black. Like that. See, there was a line that was in that armor. It's weird that there's a line in that armor and no line in this armor. It's just strange. Like, this thing has, like, just strange things. Well, I don't know. I think, like, it seemed like 10 was like a reboot of 40K again. Like taking everything back to the very beginning, back to square one. So I feel like, you know, more introductions to certain units and stuff. If they kind of wrap more around vehicles, then maybe possibly there'll be like more point adages and stuff like that. to those. I'm not 100% sure. I would think not, since it works so well, but it's a possibility. I think the thing is, you're just going to be adding more options to your things. Like, I'm hoping that they'll sit there and add, like, it seems like they're already doing it. They're introducing more stuff with, like, librarians, adding stuff to your psyker abilities, your chaplains. That'd be really nice to be getting more introductions of more different things that you can pick from would be great. Because it seemed like they kind of just stripped it all down to just the basics on 10th edition. So I'm hoping to see like more adding on things, and things would be costing more in points, I guess. Probably not for your actual litanies and your psychic abilities, but maybe add-ons for weapons. But it seems like they have it pretty balanced out, so I wouldn't think that they would do much about changing those, because those seems like all that's working now, where everything's just kind of free on that aspect. You know, you're really paying the points for that unit itself, and that unit has specific weapons, and they're all free and they're interchangeable free instead of actually having pointage to them. But oh no, temperature wasn't getting warmer in here, but the furnace was still kicking warm air. Oh, that's good. Simple fix. Simple fix. I like easy fixes. When they get complicated, that's when it's like, come on. I think I pushed the boundary a little too much on this. Probably not the best idea. So hard to do this. Hey, when I flip the model and I flip it right out of the camera. Such a pain. Yeah, totally botched that one. Yeah. Yeah. I hate when the things are... You're like, oh no. I hate issues. Ah, this thing just does not want to blend. I'm trying here. It just does not want to do it. Okay. I need to give that a minute though. I have music going. Can you not hear it? There's no music on the YouTube end? Is it just not loud enough that you can't hear it? Well, what's up, Francois? How you doing? It's just super quiet music. Okay. I didn't know if it was just not broadcasting music over there. I feel like this thing just needs to get a little brighter. I'm struggling trying to get this thing to blend properly. That's better. Okay. I can take that. I can at least give that a minute just to chillax for a second. All right, let's go ahead and start etching out our next thing. I need to give a minute for that to start drying. I'm gonna start tearing that, keep working it so hard. I was like, why is this not working? Start sketching it out. Isn't it bright? Yeah, he's got it now. He says it was just real quiet on the YouTube end. I brought the music up a little bit higher there. Nope, wrong color. My gosh, dipping myself in the wrong colors here. All right, start sketching ourselves out this one. And then the dark mid-tone. And then the darkest color we have. It's a little loud now. I just brought it up. There's like a snag. Oh, trying to be a pain in my butt. Still need a little bit more highlight on the leg. Better. Trying to break up these two panels here because these two panels, it's just so weird that they did a double panel here. And then this part of the leg doesn't have a double panel at all. Which is probably because it's covered up by the cloth, but still makes things slightly difficult. Ooh, I think I drank too much caffeine today. I slept like crap yesterday. I don't know what the hell was going on with me yesterday. Last night sucked. Alright, now I think that this thing kind of dried enough for me to actually play around with this a little bit more. Just don't know why I can't get this to blend right. It's just probably just not enough layers. It needs a billion layers. Really thin layers. I'm trying to get that thing to blend out. It just doesn't want to. better, but that line is still there. Does not want to go away. I cannot get this thing. It is. Some want to be a little bit more difficult than others, it seems like. Maybe I'm just not glazing it down thin enough. Looks good when it's wet, and then when it dries, it gives me a solid line. It's only 1,700 layers, right? Billions of layers. Then like this one, it faded out really well. I like how that one faded. That one faded good. And then now on this back side, I'm trying to get it to fade, and it just doesn't want to fade. It's just 1,700 layers. Just 1,700 layers, that's it. I never ever had too much problems with Mountain Dew. I drink Mountain Dew. Like Mountain Dew is like my life source. But I do drink a lot of tea though. So like I've completely cut out coffee, which was surprising. That was actually kind of difficult actually, laying off coffee. Coffee was wrecking me so bad. I just couldn't, I couldn't take it. It's like too much of whatever it was, just too much. So I cut myself down to kind of flavored black teas. So I normally like drink like Earl Grey's, London Fog. I got a new one too. It's like a cinnamon spice, and I love cinnamon. Like I'm a big cinnamon fan. And I drink like the cinnamon spice with a little sugar. It tastes like Red Hots. I love them. Like I absolutely love them. So I've been drinking those, and then like in the afternoon, like around this time, normally I'll have like a green tea. A green tea or a white tea around this time, but I'm drinking a Mountain Dew instead. But I've normally been just drinking a bunch of teas, but they make me have to go all the time too. Not a lot of caffeine, but I'm having more than usual since I'm not doing anything. Like if I'm working, I only have like, I'll have a double pouch of tea, so not just a single pouch. I'll put 2 pouches in my tea. And I'll seat 2 pouches when I'm working, but when I'm not working, I'll have like 1 cup of one and then 1 cup of another. And then in the afternoon, I've been actually kind of laying off the sodas a little bit. My son's been drinking them all. But I do like sodas every once in a while because I like that sweetness. So, but yeah, I've been just like super on the teas. That oolong tea. I'm drinking a buttload of teas. Don't drink too much herbal teas. It was every so often if I want something hot, like if I was cold at like before bed and it's like chilly out, like a Cambian tea or whatever. Help with sleeping or whatnot, and then just go to bed. But something to keep me warm, but when I'm cold. But it hasn't been too bad. It's actually been kind of relatively warm. It's raining. It's been raining since yesterday here. Still no snow. Snow all up in the mountains. The mountains are getting hammered by feet. But down here in the valley, we're just not getting anything. Oh, it works. It's okay. I can do without any snow down here. I do like some snow because I like watching it snow. But now the temperature is starting to drop, so we might get maybe some snow. But most of my weather has been nothing but freaking tropical weathers. coming from like Hawaii and stuff. Normally, like the cycle changes in the clouds. We get all that Arctic stuff from like you guys up there in Canada, and then it drops down, and then it just hits us with blistering cold and snow. But everything we've been getting is coming from like equator going up. So it's like equator hitting freaking Hawaii and then circling around down in that Southern California area, and then just coming up, and it's just giving us nothing but rain. We haven't really got anything like crazy. But yeah. Yeah. So yeah, really nothing really coming up. Yeah, Dr. Pepper's okay. My son likes Dr. Pepper a lot too. I feel like Dr. Pepper has too many flavors. Ah, look at that. Finally faded. Faded, sucker. Finally. Goodness grief. Now I just need to fade a little bit of dark. A little bit. A touch. Hopefully I don't screw it up, but it may. All right, now since I got I feel like I need another brighter area here to make this work. Let's see. I might just botch this whole thing. Doesn't look 100% right there. I'm wondering if I need to go right through here and then fade downward. It looks off. This looks right. This looks off. I wonder if I should bright it right there. Right when I thought I got the leg done. Yeah, no, it gave me a wet snow on Christmas Eve, and then it came with rain and washed it all away. Same day. I came down, it was like heavy snowflakes. I was like, oh, we got snow. Then the rain came, melted it all away, and that was it. That was the only snow that I got down there. Yeah, what snow? It's just all that precipitation you have down there, Space Smithy, all that humidity. If it just got cold, it would just turn all into a foggy snow for you. So instead of eating it, it'll just be, instead of eating air. Like, what snow? Anything like certain parts in Texas you guys get snow? Like, don't you have like some mountains up there that get like snow and stuff up there? Or you guys have like zero mountains? I feel like you have mountains of some kind. You got like pine trees, so I imagine that you got like some areas that snow. Probably not where you're at down in Houston, but probably somewhere up a little bit more north. Because it seemed like, I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I don't travel enough to know what's happening in other places. I'll be right back because I gotta go and pee again. Yeah, they got like an ice. Yeah, they got snow and ice storms that just like froze all their windmills in place. Sometimes you do get some weird stuff like that happening. Nope, still didn't do it right. There we go. Gotta make those lineups line up right. I'm dumb about this. Okay. Start playing around with this piece here. Got about 30 minutes or so. Not a bad gig. We're getting there. They're just trying to get the layers down properly here. And I'm still waiting for Mod Podge to dry. That stuff's such, I can't say it's crap. It works really good. It's just that it has long dry time, depending on your layers. So I'm still waiting for the base to somewhat dry so I can prime it. Man, still gotta mess with that side. Son of a irritating. I don't know why this one's giving me the most grief. I think it's just because I'm just not able to trick the eye good enough. Oh, I screwed up my brush. Getting the suckers. It is a slow, dreadful thing, but we're getting there. I think the other thing too is my dark shade wasn't watered down enough for a glaze. That's better. Oh, these stupid angles. It's easier just doing true metallic metals. Right. But that's not what we're trying to do. I'm sitting here trying to get my non-metallic metal game up a little higher here. So we can start, I can start planning. I need to start just like looking at models, see which ones I want to do for competitive pieces. I'm thinking like small, easy ones. I learned that it's probably nothing to start stressing over complicated models. Like when I was working on like Luca Vey and Mornval, those were just such drastic miniatures. I think I need to just keep myself like small and easy. Like I'm thinking like one miniature out of the Reaver group, you know, like just like one. Not a group of 10, just one. You know, put that as like a single character. Or just have like one aggressor. Or actually just have, and maybe possibly just the 3 aggressors, just torching everything in front of them. Stuff like that. Like a group of 3, that would be like that. I could do the Sanguinary Guard group of 3 off of the one base that I have. That's just, it's such a wonderful base I built. But it's meant for like a group of 3, not just one. And then actually have like 3. But that's like a lot of non-metallic metal gold. There's a lot of painting like this for the Sanguinary Guard. And doing like 3 matching pairs and making sure that the light reflections are all proper on them. So if I would work on something a little bit easier, or just do easier things. And then some of the difficulty ones would be like working on the busts and stuff for Las Vegas Open, Nova, maybe Gen Con if there's a competition in Gen Con. I'm not 100% sure. And then technically, since all my Imperial Knights are all done too, I can go and try to enter them on, try to get a cool base for them all to sit in, a display board, and then maybe take them, because I don't know about playing though. Like honestly, I don't even want to play when I go to those conventions. Seems like every time you play at the conventions, like playing at the conventions, everybody gets sick. Everybody have to deal with a mask. With a bunch of car scent hangers hanging off of my mask. Go around just wearing a Bang mask, you know, from Batman. Just have like the big old Bang mask on there. I should probably play games like that. Or kind of like how like the Inquisitors and stuff like that, where they have like the little Vox thing that goes over their face, like just print out like 3D print a Vox thing and fill it with filters and like scent hangers on them or something. Just sit there and just talk like Bang and stuff. So something of that sort, you know? I'm not 100% sure because that's like, I just feel like I'll be downing down things if I go to those convention championship things. Well, I'd like to actually put my models in it, you know? Yeah, I just have a full mask. Just have a full mask. Starts smelling bad, it just shoots out like a scent, like, you know, kind of like one of those like air freshener thingies that you have like, just sit there and just like, psh. You've just been blessed by Sanguinor. Or maybe just have one of those little mask things and it just like hooks up and then it has like an air filter that's on that hooks onto your belt. And just sit there and just cycles air. Kind of like for like welding and stuff like that. You'll have like the little crazy filter there. Sucks everything up, goes up into a hose right inside your mask. So like I think like the big thing is that like when I was at Adepticon, but this was over in Chicago one, and then they had like the championships playing. I mean, they were like shoulder to shoulder. Like, I mean, it was just tight in that convention. Like, they can literally open it up a little bit more. Like, they had room to open it up more. Man, I'm crammed in there like sardines. And pretty much like everybody that played all got sick. Choking to death, guys. And it would be bad. Yeah, it's like it was just so condensed when I saw that was the 2023 championships where I was looking at those and I was like, oh my god, because like everybody else is like, oh, I'm all sick. Like everybody that I knew that went to there and stuff, like everybody got sick because they were all playing in the games and stuff, and pretty much most of the vendors and stuff like that, they seemed like they were all okay. It just seemed like everybody that was playing in the championships, they were all like, everybody got something from it. And another one too, like when Waffles have his like Fort Waffles and stuff like that, it was very condensed like painting area where it was like shoulder to shoulder of people painting there, and some people got sick there too. They just being so condensed. Like when you're getting into like shoulder to shoulder with not enough like space from each other, just kind of seems like that's the key there. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go in there with like Inquisitor mask. Yeah, because I feel like the painting competitions would be nice. I'd like to go in to do it just to do like, you know, try to go for best painted army and stuff. Like, that would be kind of neat too, but I just don't want to be crowded in that. Like, it was funny because even at the convention, like seeing like the Golden Demons and stuff, like they're all in their own room. Like it's all in a display place, and it's like big. And there was a lot of people, but you know, there was still space. But yeah, I just see all the poor guys playing games over there for the championships, and they were just shoulder to shoulder. I mean, you could barely walk between the tables with two people on both sides. You know, it was like both sides of the alleyway, and each one, because the tables were all horizontal. And then like from like, it literally, like, you couldn't even like stretch your back without like hitting the other person behind you. It was just like so cramped. I was like, my goodness, that's crazy. Then everybody that played there were just like all sick. I was like, oh, I came out unscathed. But then also I wasn't there all day either. You know, I like hung out with like PSK for most of the time, and I was hung out around the vendors and stuff like that mostly. And then I was watching like all the championships here and there. I was just walking by it, but you had all that funk that was coming from there and stuff. You were just like, holy smoke. So I was like, get away. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have the whiskey. You need a whiskey flask. Like, hold on, like, gargle it. Need some of that wild turkey, 101 wild turkey. Just wide, rinse your mouth out. Just a touch, not too much where you're gonna get obliterated, but just enough just to seem like you get that funk out of your mouth. Yeah, and it is loud because everybody's like everybody seemed like they were just yelling at each other across the table. Be kind of cool if you had like just like an earpiece with a freaking a little mic right there that has like a two-way connection between the two players on the opposite side. But then again, you're putting something on that somebody else is probably gonna wear. Or plug it in, just talk to each other. I'm like, this is gonna be like a prison, guys. Pick up the phone. Move these guys here. We're gonna do this. But yeah, it seems like there was a lot of yelling. Talking really loudly and stuff against your opponent. Now, I can only imagine wearing like a mask, making that even worse. Trying to talk to them. Try to talk to your opponent. And a lot of standing too. Like standing 3-hour sessions or 2.5-hour sessions or whatever it's gonna be. I think the reason why I don't get like tired very often at these competitions is because they table me by like turn 2. So like the game ends in like an hour. Just like, oh shoot, I lost everything. Yeah, like something, you know? Have a little bit of scope on you and a little flask just to rinse your mouth out. Like, well, something that's swallowable. You can't just spit it anywhere. So just probably like just a flask of whiskey or something just to hang on your belt. And then you can just sit there and just, you know, gargle, kill all the bacteria in your mouth. You know, just like something that, because I mean, you're literally in, like on top of each other. It's crazy. Like when I saw it, and I doubt that it's never changed. I bet it's the same way. Like how many people can they cram in there? Like when you're talking about like 500,000 people, over 1,000 people playing us, 500. You know that. You know, 500 versus 500. That's like 500 on one side of the table and 500 on the other side of the table. I mean, that's a lot of bodies. And you guys are crammed in like a quarter section of the whole convention. You're like right there in that quarter section. It's crazy how they were just packed in there. Yeah, because then you don't have to sit there and shout so much. Or even if you had like a speaker box on you, it would probably be better. You're like, I'm sorry, I'm soft-spoken. I got the speaker box. Like, hey, I'm going to be moving here and there. Because it does get like super, super loud. I can see how it'd be hard to hear somebody when everybody's yelling at each other. It would be nice to have something of that sort where it's easier to talk to each other because it is really loud. And then on top of it being loud there, then you have like the vendors and all that, and that's really noisy too. But then I haven't been to the Milwaukee one, so maybe the Milwaukee one, you know, has its own separate room for it, so it's not tied with the vendors, because I think that thing's like 3 stories tall, convention, so maybe they have the 40K game in a little bit more, you know, secluded area away from like the vendors and stuff, so you're not so disturbed by both, because over at the Chicago one, they had the tables right next to the vendors. There was only like a 20-foot gap between the championships and the first row of vendors. So it was probably really loud. Nah, I didn't think about the whole yelling part. It's like being in a concert. Or, because the convention is loud. I mean, you're putting out like huge decibels out of there. You probably can go and get like the, like hunting, like when you go hunting and stuff, I got like earpieces that you can turn on. They're like electric earplugs, where it like deafens out the sound of really loud sounds. And then you can hear like almost whispers coming out of there. So that'll work too. Then you can have people not cough in your ear and stuff. Has a double feature. Okay, they use the loops. Okay, yeah. So they're like the things right on there and sits there and just cuts out all the sound and then they can hear you just fine. Yeah, it's probably a great idea to do that. I think like a lot that happens at those, I don't know. Man, I'm just speculating. But probably at those competitions and stuff, probably a lot of misunderstandings on the table that can get you. Especially if you're not like very aware of like other people's armies or whatnot. And then you think one way, but misunderstood another way. Like maybe somebody that gives a certain buff to certain things and you didn't quite get that, so you would probably focus more on that buff character or whatnot, but you didn't really realize it was like something else, like a misunderstanding on the table. Yeah. Like it'd be something else to be able to have something that can drown out your sound and something that can amplify your voice, so you don't lose your voice. Reserve your energy, because screaming and yelling exhausts you also. And then a whiskey flask to rinse out your mouth because you guys are breathing recycled air. Almost kind of like one of those little voice box things that are inside like the stormtrooper helmets. You know? Like you sit there, have the helmets, and then they start talking, and then freaking it's like a voice box. That would be a little bit better. Then you can actually get one of those little face respirator looking things and make it look like it's a cool like thing that you came out of like Necromunda or something like that. And then it has a voice box in there, and then it'll sit there and make the sound loud. Have your earplugs in that you can hear everything they say. Everything, they can hear what you say from the voice box. And then you don't have to worry about being so tired of yelling. The only tired thing that you're gonna have is standing for countless hours. I mean, you're standing there from like 8 in the morning to like 8 at night. Like you're there 12 hours on feet. That's a beat down in itself. Just being on your feet like that. But then also, you can get one of those like butt stool things that strap on your butt. They do it for hunting all the time too, where you can like do stands. But you don't have to carry it with you, it just straps to your butt. And then you can just drop it down and then you can kind of sit. It's small. No one can trip over it. Probably have to unbuckle it off of yourself, but you can sit there and place it. You're like, I need to sit for a minute. While you're watching them do whatever they're doing for 7 steps, you don't have to really stand during the whole 7 steps. Yeah, and there's a lot of repeating too because you're just not hearing it. Like, what's happening here? What's happening here again? I didn't get it. What did you say? I could see that. I could see that. I could see that being a royal pain. Getting there. Coming along. Panel by panel. Probably camel packs would probably be a good deal too. You know, those little backpack things with water in them. I was thinking about like how to do tournaments a little bit better because even when I do like a dayer, like the dayer, like a day tournament, like it's a lot because it's like just like you said, 14 hours and just one day, and then a lot of these freaking big ones are like 3 days. And I remember being like super exhausted after just doing a day one, where you guys are just sitting there just playing against each other. Hated turning my camo pack in when I realized you used the laser and hunting and stuff. Yeah. At the end of the month, it's like 11 hours. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot being on your feet. Mid and top tables. I'm almost thinking just like the stool thing, then once the game is over, just to sit for a second. Like 3 hour standings it's a lot. And especially being hunched over, because they don't really give you like proper tables either. They're all hunched over tables. They're all regular like cafeteria tables. So they're not high enough, so you have to hunch over on these things. And that's killer. Like, that's killer. That's it. That's exhausting. To just be hunched over all the time, most of the time. And then you're like, I see them all. They're all like, oh, my back. Like, I was watching them at the championships. They're all like, oh, shit. Because they're always leaning over doing it. And then I have no purpose of being in competitive playing unless I actually play enough to know my army like the back of my hand, that I can sit there and just keep on just babbling on as I'm sitting there just rolling dice and doing things and getting things into motion. I think that's probably a big one where you don't have to like stutter or anything or like hold yourself back. You can kind of press forward fast enough. You're like pressing your opponent, I guess, if you just know your stuff really well. Like if you watch like, what is it, the Art of War guys? Like those Art of War guys is impressive. Just watching them do like their battle reports or whatever they do. If you ever watch them, dude, those guys are just hovered over, just like this guy's gonna do this and this here, and this guy gives buff over here, so it's gonna be like 3 ups over here. Just dumping dice, and then they're like just pressing on each other so hard. It's like, it's very intriguing. There's no like, oh, let me think. Oh, let me look that up. Oh, let me do this or that. It was like, it was just that constant flow of a game where you're just like, that's awesome to like just know your stuff like the back of your hand. Like just, it seems like it just makes a big difference on the table. It seems like it's different than like watching like um, um, the mini gamers, when you watch like mini gamers and stuff like that, and they're doing their battle reports. And then they're just like, oh, hold on, they're gonna do this and do that and stuff like that. But then you watch the Art of War guys, like they're just sitting there, just dropping dice. This dude's doing this, this, this. We're gonna move here, 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 here. You see it just so fast. Like they're just like, these guys move 6. I'm gonna advance them. Boom. We're gonna go up this far. We're gonna do this and this and this. And it's just like, and then this guy's going to do this and that and that. And then they're like, because of this guy, we're going to roll dice. That's about 23 dice. Blah, 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 blah. It's just like, you're just like, dang, man. It's like fast, just mumbling out of them. They're just always just like, brum, 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 just dropping dice, moving things. And then the other one's like saving throws because of this dude and that. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, just being consistent at playing games, conditioning yourself. I can see that. Like, I can definitely see that. Like, I can see it being really hard for someone like me that plays like a game once a year. And like, you have to be like consistent on that stuff to like kind of take something like that. Gets easier to where one day is no big deal. Yeah. That's true. That's true. But it seems like you need something on you. Maybe drinking in between matches. Well, most of the time it's just nice to just like either be chewing gum or sucking on a Jolly Rancher so you're not just dry mouth the whole time. Where they don't give you chairs to sit if you want. I don't know. I don't think I saw a single chair at Adepticon at the Chicago one. I don't think there was any chairs under there. Like, I was sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, I don't think there was a single chair in any one of those things. I mean, you guys are just like, you're just packed shoulder to shoulder. Like, all you had was like the length of the table of your mat and then another mat right next to it. So literally you only have like that little 3-foot space, you know? I didn't really see any like chairs underneath or anything. Stress off the knees, I can see that leaning on the tables. Yeah, like at your local stores and stuff, they give you chairs and stuff, but at those tournaments, I don't think I saw a single chair at all. Like, they were crazy. Yeah, I don't know, it'll be some conditioning. Just to see if I can actually get through a game without having to take a leak, it'll be hard. I'd have to like wear a depend or something like that. Like, what are you doing right now? I'm taking a leak. I'm gonna let that sit and rest for a second. It's coming around, guys. It's looking good. I'll be right back. I gotta take a leak, like I said. Make sure you don't drink enough coffee when you start your morning, boy. Yeah, we would need like 1,000 chairs. Yeah, they're just, it just didn't seem like there was any chairs there at all. That's what I was all thinking about, like if you're doing a big one like that, a 3-day tourney, maybe have a butt strap that has the stool that comes from it. Like when you go into the bin form, it just like accordions out. You're like, oh, thank God. Almost, guys. I only got like a few minutes left because we're gonna call it quits here in just a bit. Then I can get a little something to eat for a minute, and then we can sit here and do our little Discord meetup. But I gotta say, this is probably one of the best gold non-metallic metals I've done in quite some time. The only one that came relatively close was that 1,000 Suns one that I did. And this one beats that one, and I did that 1,000 Sun one like 100 years ago, so. The best part about this whole dealio is doing this is making me feel more confident and getting in and start competing. Because these things are actually looking like the things I saw at Adepticon 2023. So transitions, how they look, extremely bright, like overly bright. Like, yeah. Like this is starting to look like I know what I'm doing, it seems like. So now it's starting to get me antsy. Now if I can just execute it properly, we'll be doing good. Yeah, same here. So that's why I was gonna close it at 3. I was gonna close my stream out on 3 so I can get something to eat as well. Because I'm gonna need something. I haven't had lunch, so I was gonna eat a little bit of lunch real quick. There you go. You made it faster. Look at that. That looks good. Looks good. Stinking orcs and all these little bits and pieces of stuff, dude, I swear. Looks good. I like it. That looks solid. That's a solid piece there. Solid. You don't like the little blue tubes that you did, little green, teal, and blue tubes? Those look nice. A lot of times you have to, yes. It's looking good. The grime came out looking good. You did well on the grime. Red can get that way. Red can get that way. This looks really good, Dragoon. You always paint really nice miniatures. I like your miniatures.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
They're nice.
Is this not why you are here?
All my time's up. All my time is up. Yeah, like this one, yeah, this is a big time confident booster here. Like it's a big time confident booster. Yeah, this one looks good. We can just execute all the rest of them. This thing's gonna look sweet. We almost got this thing completely faded. Let's see if this be the last one. I doubt it. Yeah, and the purple one turned out really good too. When we did all that purple armor. Yeah, so I'm getting it now. Or it's actually making some sense. A lot of rust off the roller and tracks as I rusted them too much. Easy to do. Easy to do. But yeah, so yeah, this thing coming out being the bright armor that I'm looking for. It's looking great. And then this is the base. Still waiting for some of the Mod Podge. See, like the Mod Podge is dry on this side, but it's still slightly wet on this side. So I still gotta wait for that stuff to slightly dry up a little bit more. And then she, I think I might twist it a little bit like this, make it a little bit more dramatic. So I think it's gonna go like that and here. Make it where she actually like leaps off with a twist. Like she's gonna be coming down with a hellfire fury, you know. So it'll be good. I just need to get this thing all primed. So get it primed would be good. Ooh, some more flash gets, huh? Alrighty, guys. I'm gonna close up shop today. Did pretty good. Not bad. At least I got like the majority top half done. I feel like I still need to spend a little bit of time on the back part of the arms. But it doesn't look horrible. Yeah, my first non-metallic metals that I did, I think it was the beer drinking dude. I still have him. He's somewhere in this little case here. That was like my first attempts on non-metallic metal years ago. Like just the changing of, you know, just doing it until you finally, it kind of finally sinks in a bit. Like, I mean, I went through a ton of miniatures. Like an absolute ton of miniatures just to try to get them to do this. And trying to get all the reflections to match properly and all that kind of jazz. And then literally taking them by panel is the best way to go. Like the best way to go. But yeah, so she's gonna be all twisted up going on like this off of the model, so it's gonna look good. It's gonna look good. And then we gotta implement all the lightning and stuff like that, so we're probably gonna have to sketch in like fuzz in blue and stuff for reflections off of lightning and stuff coming down or whatnot. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me on this Sunday. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys here on Twitch for the follows, subs, resubs. Thank you guys. And over on YouTube, thank you so much for the subs, the follows over there on YouTube. Thank you guys. Make sure that you like the video. And then subscribe to the channel. I'm hoping to get some things down better over on YouTube to get out some cooler videos, not just tutorials, but kind of want to play with these figures and come up with my own little skits and stuff. So that's still in a process. Down the road, we'll get there. So yeah, shout out to the sponsors above. You can use the commands in chat. Or you can go over to my Discord, @SMHMart Discord. And the sponsor affiliate links will be over there. Also got my eBay store if you guys want to support the stream that way too. Pretty much everything I paint on the stream I'll throw over onto eBay. I've been actually working off camera and working on Necrons and filling up my inventory pretty good on the eBay store. So I'm working on filleted ones right now. I'll get those things posted probably by next week. I normally post things on eBay on Saturdays so I can try to get enough units to throw things on there. So hopefully I have the filleted ones done by tomorrow. And then just kind of trying to get rid of all my Necrons. That'd be just awesome. But other than that, you guys can follow me over on the Instagram, SMHMark Socials. Other than that, it's pretty good. I think we're good. I think that's it. That's enough of my spiels. Let me go over, let me refresh myself. I don't know who is on Twitch right at this moment. Ah. Where am I at? Let's go over. Seems like everybody else is holding on good. I'm the one that's not holding on very well. There's just a lot of us on at this time. Let's go over to Hood Guard. See what he's working on. Other than that, guys, I appreciate it. I'll see most of you guys over on my Discord for a little meetup. But other than that, guys, you have a good one. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Till then, take care.
Got some type of like a demon skull here that I put in, and then like a human skull here. There's gonna be roots kind of coming from this